Hello everybody, welcome back to Middle-earth. This is Count MRVHS with the next episode of our 4th Age Rhun campaign. As you can see, we have started a new war. I passed a couple of turns here, not a lot happened, but I did decide, since we have allied with Dorwinion, and since North Rhun seems to be running into a bit of trouble, they've lost a settlement over here, they're down to 3, that I would just grab the closest one. This is Thordram. It's a relatively poorly defended settlement. We're going to just wait here for a bit, see if any big armies show up to challenge us, and otherwise we're going to hang on. The other thing that happened was, let's see, I don't think you missed very much. Adunabar briefly allied with North Rhun. We attacked, broke that alliance. Adunabar stuck with us. Otherwise, we have begun construction on some walls in Erebos, which will be helpful to defend from the west. And we have a turn left before Lug falls, and I am happy to let that happen. So let's end the turn here. All right. Green face. So we'll go ahead and occupy. All right, so Rovanian owns some territory in the west, as we can see. I'll bring this emissary down into Athelion to see how that looks. And in the western part of Mordor, we've got some big Reunited Kingdom armies. Not made up of very great troops. But there we go. We got some men-at-arms, some mariners. So yeah, Adunabar looks like it's on its last legs. That means, or that may mean, that we want to grab this rebel settlement and start our own push into the west. Khand and North Rhun have forged an alliance. Makes sense. They're both at war with me. Okay. Let's go ahead and take Ulwar out of Lug. He has improved as a commander. He's now competent. He was poor. But we'll take him right out. Destroy these buildings. Get started on provincial pacification. Alright. And we're just checking out this part of the world, Harondor, with a big army. Looks like Harad is suffering a bit. 5 turns left for this. Alright. It's not attuned yet. But Gandor is, so we've got a little bit of cash. I think we'll go ahead and build this tanneries and wool makers. We can afford it while still making a bit of a profit. Alright, we've got a couple of attuned governors. One in Akarn. And the other in Rakos. That is fantastic. I want to get going on Rakos in particular. Alright, so 37. It's going to cost a lot, but this port, look at that income. 662. So that gives me about 400 extra. It's going to cost about 100 in upkeep and hurt me a bit with mismanagement, but so maybe I want to save that. Actually, let's in fact get consultation. That's going to bring down our mismanagement by about 60 or so. So we'll do that. We'll slowly work up. let's bring this emissary over here. Yeah. So Darwinian is a bit of a threat. They tend to have pretty solid infantry. So I'm a bit worried about going up against them. Alright, this is my emissary. I'll send him up to this guy, the emissary of Khand, before he dies of old age. A few turns left before this siege falls, and again I would like to keep Khand alive, but I don't know if that'll be possible, honestly. Alright, so a watchtower over here would be a pretty good thing. I like it to be somewhere I could keep an eye on this settlement. So maybe next turn we'll do that. And in Adel, let's just get rid of that bit of corruption as well. All right. Okay, Lug has provincial pacification. And we're going to have to go for the fiefdom. Pretty good income there. I'll leave my army there for now. Watchtower is not so pressing that I feel the need to spend 3 more turns before that city falls. So I've got to keep an eye on that, not let it just fall. And there is the emissary. Let's try this. Map information? No. Alright, I want to keep an eye on this guy. 2 turns left. But this army's going to hit me before then. So, I think what we want to do is assault right now. Okay, they got some good troops. Great Axes of Rhun. Now, this is a unit that I can train eventually once I take some territory up here, which is part of the reason I am so eager to start a war. We're going to go ahead and lead with these slingers. They do have small shields, so they can be a pretty resilient unit. I'm going to back them up with the infantry, and we'll just line up all of our family members here with the Riders of Rhun in the back. Honestly, the family members are the more disposable unit. Okay. I'm going to run them forward because they do have javelins that might be useful. Alright, the slingers can just deal with these infantry. It's just a war band. Let's get out of there.
warlord shows his worth. Nothing. Any of our warriors would die rather than run.
Right, there he goes. Here are those great axes of Rhun, mixed in with some regular axemen. We'll send these cav around this way, so when these infantry run out of the square to attack my slingers, we'll be able to theoretically swing around. Keep the general back here, though, for moral support. As soon as we get in shooting range, they're liable to come out. These great axes are a favorite unit of mine. We've got them. Pretty effective, but here there's just too much for them to face. Let's get those cav over there before they get back to the square. And actually, let's halt this charge. Quick, quick, quick. Great.
Enemy army runs.
You know what? I'm just going to end it there, so we don't take any more losses. We only lost one man. Alright, that's pretty good. No experience gained. Alright, that's Thordram. Now, they are not too fond of us. Let's go ahead and grab some thralls, I guess. Not that we really need the population, but it'll help to reduce unrest here. And it'll just give us a bit of a boost in the settlements that do have governors, which is quite a lot of them at this point. And including a Karn, which is nice. Alright, Master of Foot. Alright, this gives +5 command. Now, this does not actually have an impact on the battlefield. What this means is that the person with this particular title will have a higher command off the battlefield. As it says here, if you hover over the command stars, it tells you that outside of battle, this just indicates military rank. So the higher command score indicates which character will lead the army in battle. So you need to figure out who is actually the best commander here. We've got Ulfand leading right now, but you notice he's a poor commander. This guy's competent. So is this guy. So actually it might be better to give this title to either Warth or Ulwarth. Let's just take a quick look. He is at least supportive. Warth is dubious. Ulwarth is courteous. Actually, let's leave it with him. He's poor, but he'll get better over time. Okay. Fiefdom Dominion going down here. So the trick is, if I get rid of this building, every settlement that you have that does not contain a dominion, whether that's fiefdom, homeland, or outland, is going to cause some faction-wide unrest and loss of income and that type of thing. So you don't necessarily want to tear all of these down immediately, but I think I will in this case. You see how that hurt my my public order by destroying it, so we'd want to double check. Alright, things are not looking too bad. So we'll go ahead and work on pacifying. We'll go ahead with another emissary. Do I have any good governors in this particular stack? Not really. We can still hang out for a turn, and maybe we'll take them out in a little bit to check out this army. Just Gwaithring, not too intimidating there. All right. One turn left for the walls. Okay. And it looks like this army is thinking again about attacking Thordram. They did send this small stack, so I think we'll deal with that. Right. I think I want this emissary to head over here just to make sure Dorwinion is not sneaking any troops through the woods. Alright, got a couple of buildings coming of age in Lug. Okay. He looks like another cav unit. Oh, sure. Let's recruit. Well, actually, we've got 3. This only has 1. Let's recruit it over here. Make this stack a bit stronger. And here we've got a siege. Okay, Harondor. Let's check out the diplomacy. Okay, they're allied with Khand, so we would not be able to ally with them. Alright. Good to know, though, that they are putting the pressure on Harad. Alright. Ceasefire. Or do I just want to see if they want anything? You know, we'll offer a ceasefire. Tell you what, I'm in a generous mood. Nope. Alright. 2 turns left and that settlement's going to fall. Again, I don't really want it to. I'd rather keep them around as a buffer. We'll go consultation here again for that law bonus. Just to cut down on that bit of mismanagement. 1969. Now up here, I think we definitely want this to be financial. This is because we've got the potential to build a port here, and so we really want those higher level markets. So we'll go with that. And as promised, we're going to send this army out. Okay. 60. I do need some more troops. Alright. This is a pretty straightforward fight. Okay. Got a nice hill advantage, but I would imagine they're going to set up here. Yes, it looks like they're way over there. They're sending out their one unit of melee infantry. We're already slinging rocks. This does leave it open for me just to run them down with my cav, so let's do that. They're already routing.
Lord shows his worth. Nothing. Any of our warriors would die rather than run. This is no longer a battle. This is a hunt. No, a coward chase.
Okay. Took very few losses there. Alright, and we're just going to keep pressing onward. I'd like to probably have a watchtower somewhere around here, I guess. But meantime, let's see. Probably... Okay, they want map info, and they're offering a ceasefire. So, how about... let's see. I actually wouldn't mind them beating Dorwinian a little bit. I don't want to give them my map info, but let's just do a ceasefire. And now let's trade. And I'd love to ally with them, but they're allied with Khand, unfortunately. Okay. So that's great. Now in this case, North Rhun was very open to a ceasefire, probably in part because we have not had a very long war. It was just like a couple of turns. I besieged Thordarim, I took it, I beat their, one of their field armies. So even though they had a respectable, amount of forces running around, they were still open to ceasefire. Of course, they're also at war with several factions. In Khand, these guys always tend to be stubborn. I do not know what the problem is with Khand. But I'll give them a couple more turns to think about it. Maybe they will come around. We do have to watch out for Dorwinian. But, honestly, I would not mind backstabbing them. But we'll see. However, I think this makes a pretty good point for us to stop this particular episode. So thank you once again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.